welcome to another Dwarven Tavern 5-minute review. This time, we have Dungeons and Dragons. You can probably see it from here. But we have Dungeons and Dragons Starter Set, the next version. Very cool. Let me begin by saying that I didn't like the 4th edition at all. I played it a few times. I got the books. I didn't care for it at all. Don't get me started. This is about this. This next version, I heard through the grapevine and through Dwarven, you hear everything in the tavern, right? That this version was basically largely designed by those who frequented the Wizards of the Coast forum. And they allowed the people to put their input into what would be a cool game. From what I've seen so far, I think it worked. I think it was a good strategy. Now, here's what you get with this set. You get the starter set book, which covers abilities, combat, actions, healing, spells, and so forth. Some cool, really cool equipment. Some really cool changes that they've made. The only one of which that is kind of odd to me is the experience point levels, because it's 300 to 2nd level, 900 to 3rd level, 4th level is 2700, so you get to buy 3 progressions, the times 3, and then 5th level is 6500. So I think what they're doing is you get up in the first couple levels pretty quickly, and then it kind of levels off, so everybody doesn't go up to, and it doesn't take forever. So I think it levels off. The other change that they've made, which is pretty cool, is resting. You can spend hit dice and get a number of hit dice or hit points recovered from the, you get a number of hit points recovered by spending those hit dice. And once they're spent, you don't get to spend them again until you rested for 8 hours. After you've rested for 8 hours, you get all your hit dice and all your hit points recovered. So it's an interesting system, and I think it's pretty cool, actually. Then they have a new thing called weapon properties, which is like finesse and two-handed and versatile, I think is another one. The finesse allows you to use your dexterity instead of your strength for like the dagger and the scimitar, because if you're small and wiry, you're not gonna use a warhammer or something that requires a lot of strength to use. You're going to use something that has a lot of finesse. This works really well for a lot of characters. I know a half elf, or a wood elf, in Scabrius, but I know a wood elf that he uses a bow almost exclusively because he doesn't have a very high strength. He's just a tiny little guy, but he's got an enormous dexterity. This will come in really handy for him. The other book that you get is The Lost Mine of Phandelver, which sounds pretty ominous to me. It covers, it's an adventure, and it covers a lot of, it has a lot of maps in it. It also has monsters. There's no monsters in this book, but it has a lot of the basic monsters like owl bears and is that a bodak or ghoul? Excuse me, it's a ghoul. Look like a bodak. The spectator and so forth, and it's got some magic items and bugbears and the like. So it's a really good set to start out. Plus, you get 5 pre-rolled characters. You get a human fighter, you get a dwarven cleric, you get a halfling rogue who is hard to get a hold of, imagine that. You get an elven wizard, and you get another human fighter. So it may seem stereotypical, but if you're first starting out the game, 2 things. If you're first starting out the game, then it's cool. It's like classic. If you're new to the game, these are the basic guys. So it's very good. You also get a blank character sheet to make copies of and roll up your own characters when you can. Doesn't really have too much information about character classes in this set, but according to them, you don't really need it. It just whets the whistle, as it were, to allow you to get interested in the game and then go buy the whole set later. I give this 3.5 out of 4 axes because it doesn't cover much about character classes, and I would like to have seen that. Everything else is really cool though, including the dice. Even the dice are cool. So don't forget to recommend it. Okay. Don't forget to look us up on Facebook. Give us a like on YouTube. Subscribe, and visit our website at www.dwarventavern.net. This is, of course, wizards.com. Check them out and tell them we sent you. I'm Jeff Goins, Dwarven Tavern. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Let the